well to fear a hysterical scene. I suspected something else. He was here, I knew, to represent Queen Elizabeth as well as himself. No one talked of it much, but Elizabeth was my half-sister. Her father, King Henry, had had a roving eye. Also, I had in the past undertaken certain missions on behalf of the Queen, and it was Cecil who had given me my instructions. That intent gaze worried me, for I was determined that my last mission should really be my last forever. It had nearly killed me and Buckley, and actually had killed one of our companions. I had only let myself be drawn into it to help Hugh out of a financial crisis, and later I and also my dear Sybil nearly became the victims of a revenge plot spawned by an angry woman whose treasonous scheme I had thwarted. No, I would not dip my toe into the waters of intrigue again. I would not. I knew nothing then of a tragedy which had occurred 2 months previously before Christmas, when, on a still grey December morning, Captain Benjamin Danby, skipper of the Trusty, a coastal trading ship then sailing up the Thames, leant over the rail to swear at the steersman of a barge that had swung too close while overtaking the Trusty, and received a nasty surprise. Danby's annoyance was justified. The Trusty was bringing sea coal from Newcastle in the northeast of England, and she was heavy-laden. She was slow and anything but manoeuvrable. The barge, under sail, had come dangerously near, throwing up a wash that splashed the Trusty's deck. Danby's curses were loud and imaginative, but they suddenly stopped short, for the wash had not only thrown a wave against the Trusty, it had also flung a horrid, pale thing with a human face and human hands that for a moment had brushed the deck rail as if seeking a hold. "Christ almighty, there's a bloody corpse trying to get aboard!" bawled Captain Danby. Within moments the quarrel was forgotten. Bargemen peered over the side of their vessel and began to shout and point, as shocked by the corpse as Danby. The barge was passed by now, but it changed course towards a mooring on the north bank, and a dinghy was lowered. 2 bargemen rowed quickly back towards the Trusty, where the sails were coming down and crewmen with grappling gear were leaning over the side reaching for the poor thing in the water. A crowd, summoned by the mysterious forces that draw people to the scene of a disaster, was already gathering on the bank. Somehow the body was caught and raised aboard the Trusty. It was the corpse of a man, perhaps in his 30s. He lay on the deck, streaming. He still had some clothing, a torn shirt and hose, but his boots had gone. His feet were bare, white, and oddly pathetic. And round his right ankle there was a red, rasped line. Danby, staring down at him, pointed at it and said, "He's had a rope round that." "Poor sod," someone else said. No one spoke the word murder, but everyone was thinking it. The body was transferred into the dinghy, and Danby went with it. By the time it reached the bank, someone in the crowd had found a makeshift bier in the form of a disused door found propped against the wall in a nearby watchman's hut, and someone else had summoned a constable who had taken charge. The body was borne ashore and set down on its wooden bed. The constable looked round at the throng, most of whom were watermen of one kind or another, and asked if anyone knew him. One man stepped forward. "Reckon I do. Leastways he looks like a man that came over from Antwerp on my ship, the St. Catherine. Same big nose, anyway, and those ears, they're a bit pointed. Put him ashore when we docked upstream just beyond London Bridge. Ebb tide carried him down, maybe." "His name?" said the constable irritably. "If it was your passenger, you surely know that." "It wasn't a passenger. I don't carry no passengers, just cargo. Silk cloth, tapestries, spices, German wine, they're what my owner deals in. This fella signed on as a deckhand. Said he wanted to get home quickly. Family matters, he said. He was English and I needed an extra hand, so I took him. He was good, a proper seaman, no complaints about him. His name was Jackie Wicks." "You must be very tired," Sybil said to me. "You have borne up so well. But it must have been exhausting presenting such a calm face to all those people." "You had so many friends," I said. "I was touched to see such a crowd." "You could have done without Jane Cobbold," Sybil said.